Welcome to TVS. We'd like to tell you about who we are and what we do. Firstly, TVS isn't just one location. We're actually quite a large independent station with a number of branch offices and facilities. Our broadcast area spans the south and southeast regions of England. That's a lot of territory to cover, but here at TVS we look upon it as a challenge. Aside from broadcasting on ITV for our region, Television South also produces quite a large number of programmes which are shown by other stations on the ITV network or Channel 4, or are sold on international markets. All this work adds up to an enormous facility that spans 4 main sites. The main offices and studio facilities are in Southampton for the south and Maidstone for the southeast. We also have interests in a number of companies that benefit TVS as a whole. Black Rod, an internationally known production company based in London, TVS Music, Telebugs, a worldwide system of animation, and TVS Limited, a film production company. All these subsidiaries within Television South mean that we employ a large number of people, and that leads us to you. Here at TVS, you are important, and things will go a lot smoother in your first days if you can get your bearings quickly. So let's take a closer look at what TVS is all about. We'll begin with the studio at Southampton. Southampton is the major production base for the south and houses both production facilities and administrative offices. The first place you'll see, of course, is the reception area. The girls here are most helpful, and if you need to know anything about anybody, this is the inquiries desk to come to. As you look at the reception area, you'll see 3 sets of double doors. If you take the one on the right, you'll be in the news and post-production areas. In news, the coast-to-coast staff gather information and write the stories used each day in our news programs. A bit further on, you'll find the sports department. They cover all the sports activities for the south and southeast regions. Post-production is next. This is where the programs are actually assembled, and one thing you might want to know about this area is why there are lights above many of the doors. Well, it's a system to indicate what's happening in each room. If no light is on, you can feel free to enter, but you might want to knock anyway just to be sure. A blue light normally indicates a rehearsal and means that you need permission to go in. Red, a take is going on, and you can't enter for any reason. By the way, these lights can also be found above each studio entrance, so check before you enter there. Next are the edit suites. Here, production staff compile the programs for TVS. We have different types of editing systems. For instance, the Betacam system is close to something you're probably quite familiar with, the home Betamax video units. In fact, the only difference between your home Beta and ours is that here at TVS, our system produces a broadcast quality signal. In the same area, you'll also find the videotape and film libraries. The doors are clearly marked, and inside is housed an enormous amount of stock footage. In these libraries, they have everything from old black and white footage of the Beatles right up to the latest travels of the royal family. Next, you have film cutting and viewing rooms. And if you're in doubt as to which these rooms are, just look for the bins with strips of film hanging all over them, and you're in the right spot. At the end of the hall, go left and you're in the scene dock. Go right and you'll find the music library. As you enter the scene dock, go right and up the red stairs and you're in graphic design. In the graphics department, they design all the artwork for our programs. Also located off the dock area are prop stores, the mechanical engineering workshop and the electrical workshop. If we go back to the reception area and take the corridor directly beside the desk, we'll find studios 1 and 2. Up the stairs you'll find makeup and wardrobe. Back to the main reception, and this time if we take the corridor to the left, we'll find the central technical area, or CTA, on the ground floor, and the canteen and restaurant above. The CTA is an important area. This is where all the different programs are actually broadcast to your home. Anytime TVS is on the air, there are people in CTA making sure that everything goes just right. Up the stairs and you come to the canteen and restaurant. In the canteen, you can get a very good, inexpensive meal for a fraction of the cost anywhere else. In fact, you can eat well for less than £1. This is because TVS subsidises the cost of your lunch. Just off to the side of the canteen is our silver service restaurant. Here, for just a few pounds, you can have lunch with your friends and even bring guests. There are also the staff bars, located in Southampton, Maidstone and London, but you'll have to check at each for the times they're open. All our main sites have canteens, and you're more than welcome to drop by any time you're in the area. Well, we've had a look at what's in the main reception building, but there are 4 more areas at Southampton that you'll need to know about. The first is the administrative offices, and they're housed mainly in the second building. In the administrative levels, you'll find all sorts of offices, each one clearly labelled. Normally, you won't have any trouble finding who you need, but if you do, no one minds if you ask. The third area, the porter cabins, is where TVS began. Nowadays, it acts as an overflow area, so if you can't find someone anywhere else, try there. Last, we have the outside broadcast garage that houses the OB and film units. TVS has an assortment of OB vehicles, including the scanner, which is a miniaturized mobile control room. We also have vehicles equipped with microwave links for sending live, on-the-spot reports straight back to the studios. You can easily recognize these trucks because they are the ones with the dishes on top. Well, that's a brief look at Southampton, but that's just the beginning. We also have locations in London, Maidstone and Gillingham. First, let's take a look at our London office. The offices are located at Buckingham Gate, right in the heart of Victoria. The building itself is quite impressive. Originally a bakery, it was totally rebuilt as our sales and marketing offices, one of the most important areas in TVS. This division sells commercial airtime on TVS, the major source of revenue for the company. On the 6th floor, there's an excellent restaurant, plus private dining room facilities. On the ground and first floors, there are several previewing and conference rooms, each one fitted out to a high standard. To reserve any of these facilities, all you have to do is ring up the London office administrator to make arrangements. Southeast of London, at Maidstone, is our most recent facility, the Vinters Park Studios. Officially opened in 1984 by the Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, it's one of the most modern studios in the country. The studios at Southampton and Maidstone are linked by a British Telecom microwave network, enabling TVS to transmit the same program to the whole region or to split the programming as required. Maidstone contains 2 studios and a full post-production area, including some of the latest state-of-the-art equipment. Next to our TV theatre at Gillingham. The present-day studios there were originally a cinema. TVS bought the site and renovated the building to house a production studio. TVS is a large organisation, but all the buildings, offices and studios would be nothing without you. We feel that you are important, and we operate staff benefit schemes that reflect this. For instance, we have an excellent pension and insurance scheme. Also, the company's financial advisor is available to you to answer your questions about planning for the future. One service we offer is rather like a bank. In Southampton and Maidstone, you can use the cashier to cash cheques. That way you don't have to go off the site to a bank. A great convenience to many employees. The company has a sports and social club, and as a member of the team, you're eligible to take advantage of all the benefits the club has to offer. In London, the company operates a taxi, and the TVS plane flies daily between Maidstone and Southampton, and may be used by anyone. Book through Maidstone reception desk. That's Television South. We're a young company. We've got our eye on the future, and we're very happy that you've decided to share that future with us.